Good afternoon. My name is Adeniyi Shoremi, and I'm an agricultural consultant and the founder of DUFMA and Demonstration Enterprise Limited. So basically, I'm at a client Snail Farm, and I'm trying to put operations in place. So this farm had been in place since last year, October, November. We've been doing operation. We introduced the snails here, but then there was a challenge, right? And that challenge was that the person that provided the point of lay to the farm actually did not give them a point of lay, gave them an old snail. So they are not just point of lay, they are normal snails. So it was quite a bit of challenge getting them to lay. One, they had to take a lot of time to acclimatize to the environment, and then they took them time to start popping out eggs. So this morning I came to the inspections, and I'm going to be showing you a back video of all of these things. The kind of hygiene you want to put in your farm, in your snail farm. The hygienic, the better. You don't want to have a lot of your snails dying off. It's very, very important that you're very careful how you put these things in place. Also, the way their environment is, the ambience, the light ambience, the temperature, they all have to be down. So I'm going to be showing you the farm gradually, right? There are quite a number of orchards there. It's quite a mechanized snail project. It's not a small snail project, it's in its millions. So basically, once you see it, you'll be able to encourage, understand that snail farm goes beyond just the little what is out there. But to ensure that it's successful, then there are some little processes that need to be put in place, which I'll be taking you through and showing you right now. Thank you. So you'll be seeing a back image, a back video instead, as opposed to front. So you might not see me a lot, but you're going to be able to see what I'm trying to explain. All right, so basically these are the orchards rather of the snail farm. They are actually covered. I'm going to take it to one that is open, and you can see the neatness everywhere is quite neat. The neatness of the orchards is very, very important. So we use a feeder tray to feed them. We use it to give them food to ensure that they are feeding well. Of course, we use the net to sieve their farm. Of course, we have a lot of things. Now, this is a hutch itself with snails in it. You can see the snails. They are there, so you can see how tidy the place is. You see that there are no dirt there, right? The only thing you see there is the leaves, which help them keep the atmosphere of the nature as natural as possible, the habitat as much as possible. And then there's the way the place feels. There's the way it's cool. We use water to do that, and then we ensure that the water is appropriated in a way that doesn't go too far. And of course, there are eggs coming out. It took us a while, but we have to get them to start laying eggs with a lot of calcium and a lot of formulated feed diets. You will see that there are still a lot of feed, and then there's still more on the other side. That's the attendant working. So basically, we are trying to transfer some of the snail eggs down to a new place. We're trying to do like a nursery or archery for them, for the snails, and so we're tidying this place up to ensure that it's ready for the new snails. Over 1,000 snails point of lay are here. About 1,000 more is coming, and then we're looking at increasing the snails to over 10,000 before the end of this year. So if you're going to go into a snail farm, you want to make sure that you're deliberate about it, take conscious effort about it, and yield result from it. Of course, I'll be taking you through other things. Of course, you also want to mimic the habitat of the snail. You want to make sure that the place is as natural as possible. You will notice that there is a farm around. We plant several leaves to ensure that we can get adequate supplies of natural leaves as much as possible, and equally be able to have other things going on there that will keep the place cool and calm. Of course, there's a borehole in the place, and there's a tank that helps us with water. Of course, we boil our waters here, sterilizing the leaves and even the orchards as well, and that's another section over there. So basically, there are a lot of things that these are their formulated feed. These ones are the ones they ate before and then they could not finish, so we are drying it to ensure that it's rid of bad smell, ammonia, and the rest. So this is just giving you the mind to understand what a snail project, a very mechanized and a carefully structured one, looks like and how it works. So you'll be seeing that of the egg production, and now we move the egg and put them in the hatchery. All right, so we are going to be starting the egg now. Once we prepare the place, we rigged it a bit. Carry the video from most as well. We rigged the whole nursery sites as much as possible to ensure that the sand is not compacted. The last video I showed you how neat it was before we compacted, before we used rig to break the stuff. All right, so basically we are going now to get the snail egg. Yes, sir. So the snail is still in the process of laying the egg. The snail is not done laying. We just want to remove them. We don't want them to stay long. As the snail keep laying, we'll be moving them gradually. You don't use your hand, use a spoon. You will turn back the snail then. You're going to take the egg. You can see that 6 egg was laid, and then we've taken it out with our spoon and this. You don't want your hand to touch the eggs. If you touch it, you reduce the viability. And then we take them. We can put them close by. We need them to grow under a different atmosphere. So what we do typically is, typically want to arrange them. There are going to be several sides. There's going to be a lot of snails here per time, depending on the day they are coming out. So what we do is we dig a hole. Give me the intro here. They want it to be too deep. If it's too deep, it's not good. We'll take it a bit back, Mr. Well. Take the video back here. Thank you. You don't want it to be too deep, but you want it to also be moist. So you can see that even when we're bringing them out, they were not too deep, because if it's too deep, the snails will not be able to survive. You want to put them there. You can see the eggs are considerably not small, they are quite large a bit. These are 6 snails, 6 eggs. So now after you've done this for them, you place them here. You get a sheet of paper. Give me a few minutes, please. You get a sheet of paper, and what you want to write there is you want to write the day, today's date, January 26, 26 or 25?
25.
25. Is the day they were stocked, laid, we're expecting them to come out in 28 days, which would be February 22. To come out. So now that we have it like this, we would actually pick you pick a nail or a broom, you puncture it in the middle. After you cover it, don't use your hand. Remember, you don't want to use your hand. You see, it's light. We don't want it to be too deep, but you want it to be covered a bit. Just a very thin layer, and then you put it there like that. You can see January 25 was the day they were laid, but expecting them to come out February 22nd. So that is what we have here. That is how you do in nursery. So over time, you're going to see a lot of this paper scattered over all these places, and then you'll be able to multiply gradually. So one snail has given you 6 eggs. These 6 eggs are going to come out and become snails themselves. It's going to become snails themselves, and it doesn't take much to do all of this. Patience is very, very important. If you get a snail farm in place with efficient fleet, it's going to take time, but it's going to come out. And once it does, you start seeing the results. If your snails are not laying eggs, simple things you could do: increase the number of calcium you're giving to them. If you're doing a formulated feed, get only calcium. You can get that by using oyster shell. You can use bone meal, only bone meal, or you can get eggshells, normal eggshells. You grind them and give to them. We did that for these ones when they were not laying on time, and then we started seeing results. So these are simple things you could do to actually see that eggs start coming out. Also, there's some for a cemented environment, where I see your snails eating through the cement, that's a sign that they are lacking some nutrients. Increase their calcium, it's very, very important. Outside that as well, you want to keep, as I said, keep your orchids as neat as possible. You don't want insects coming there. You see beetle, you evacuate that orchids, sterilize it and return them back there. You see soldier ants, you do the same thing. Always ensure that you're paying attention. Once in a week, you wet the leaves and wet the soil. Twice in a week, you do a thorough clearing of each orchid to see the beavers. If I didn't inspect that orchid thoroughly, I won't have known the snail are laying. And you want to make sure that as they are laying, you're taking them out of that place as fast as possible. A snail can lay 2, 3, 4 times in a year. It depends on how the environment is conducive. You want to make sure that it's as conducive as much as possible, so that at least a snail can give you as much egg as possible. Thank you so much.